Yeah, we're a little close. It'd be nicer to be just 10 meters. Like,
Yeah.
hopefully that'll get us there.
I'll go look at this little white coral in the meantime. Oof.
So we're getting a question in from a viewer. Does anything eat sponges?
Do not know.
I can't see eating a glass sponge.
Yeah,
but
that's I was just thinking that, like, I don't know. Well, we do when we see them and they are no longer alive. We have seen them old enough to accumulate manganese crust. So if something does eat them, it's eating them very, very, very slowly.
didn't we see some brittle stars on dead sponges?
I think we have on the stalks of dead sponges, we see a lot of brittle stars.
Starfish are like, they'll eat anything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't seem to be particularly picky.
I've seen them used in like bioassays where you can tell whether a thing creates an interesting natural product by whether the starfish will eat it. And if the starfish won't, like if they spit it out, then it's interesting because it's toxic enough that the starfish won't eat it.
Huh.
And then from there, the scientists will actually like try and figure out what the molecule is and then figure out if they can make a pharmaceutical out of it or whatever.
Interesting.
Could pop up to the ridge top while you're waiting for the ship.
Okay.
Well, it's settling out. I think it should come up.
Yeah.
Some white bits up there you might want to look at.
Yep.
It'll give an idea of what the ridge line does. Like,
oh, I better come up faster. You're beating me.
Yeah, you don't have to come up real fast.
The brittle stars do not eat sponges
oh, I wonder
or
if I
corals.
Moved
they
into
feed
the
on plankton.
current.
So they're just climbing up to get
For a while there, I was
into
just
the water
totally
column.
dead stick and the vehicle wasn't moving. But I might be back in the current again.
Sea cucumber.
Some interesting geology up there too. Some
What's what
little
is
hole there.
Yep. Yep.
It's a big old sponge there.
Hold on a second. Let me just figure out what we're looking at here. I'm backing down.
You know how Bob likes caves. Could be
I
a cave
don't
there.
like caves.
I like caves.
We do, yeah, if we come across anything that looks like a cave or a lava tube, we should drop a target on that.
Yeah.
That was more like an overhang, I would say.
Yeah.
There's Dr. Seuss up above you too.
Okay. Jen, can you look down so you can get a sense of... I would like to go over there, just not blindly.
No, it's just a shadow, but I think you can come up there. It's a big rock that fell out of a hole there. A little kid in me wants to push it off the cliff. Some of that black kind of stuff above you.
Yeah.
Come straight up, you'll get a Dr. Seuss.
I know, I got distracted by this, by these sponges over here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Dr. Seuss time.
Those are distracting too.
Yeah.
It's a coral.
We want it all, Gabby. We want it all.
I know, we do want it all. Oh, here we are back in a little...
Yeah.
Are we at the same depth? What's
bit
the deal here?
shallower. We're at 224 now. We were
compared to the last just like super high density area?
Yeah, we're about 10 meters shallower. coral researchers call sea stars beasts because they eat corals. But they,
Oh,
they eat very, very slowly. But we've seen them, yeah, kind of
yeah.
clearing out a good bit of.
That's an interesting feature there. It looks like it might be a little box canyon to get trapped in.
Oh yeah, good one.
Those are fun.
Sounds so
Yeah.
fun.
So it is going to hook,
Yeah,
that's
that's
20
probably
meters
what I
away.
ended up underneath.
Yeah. Might get a good overhang there.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Geology is cool, but biology is beautiful.
Geology's cool, but biology rocks.
Nice hat for a royal wedding.
Mhm. Which is interesting is the orientation of this, it suggests that the current is coming straight up.
It does.
I believe that.
Yep.
So it's trying to catch flows of water in its umbrella
Exactly.
and filter out
Mm-hmm.
small particles.
So Scott France is a
Okay, I'm getting a little far away here.
coral
Yeah, you
researcher
are.
from Louisiana,
Mm-hmm.
and he had seen a star eating a bamboo coral.
Dan, can you
Oh.
And a
look
few years later, he had to dive
Um,
at the same spot
Uh-huh.
the
and found
left
the
for
star
me
was still on the
with
same
Argus?
coral.
Whoa.
Years later.
Yeah, I say
Yeah,
we go
that's what you
check out
call
the
a
box
long
canyon there.
meal.
Okay.
Huh?
Or you can drop down and look at those sponges that you missed.
Definitely chewing before
There's
swallowing.
a feature in between you and me. Can
There
you come
is.
up?
Yeah.
How did he know it was the same starfish?
He asked its
A
name.
nice box
Yeah.
canyon there.
Took its fingerprint.
Yeah, I'll turn around and look at it in just a second.
Good question, though.
Showed
Maybe
his
he
ID.
Maybe he tagged it.
You tagged
They're
it.
a lot of fun to fly into. Especially if you can come out the top. If you start at the bottom on that sponge that you were looking at, you'll
Yeah.
come right up out the top of it.
It's, yeah, I guess it's not that big.
No, it's
I think for you more experienced pilots, that's probably an easier deal. Okay, now that I can see it, I still don't know what's going on there.
a lot of experience, all of it bad.
Look at all those corals.
Okay, yep, just a little slot there.
So many corals.
That's good too, because it'll bring you back closer to Argus. So
Yep.
I think you're right to go in there. You can always come
So
out the top, right?
it looks like it's creating a little regional or upwelling. If we look at the,
Yeah,
I'm up in the current now.
There's a little funnel,
Wow.
a little funnel right there.
so it is strong there, Gabby?
Yeah, I just got myself out there in it,
Uh-huh.
Wow.
and it,
It gets wicked right at the top.
yeah.
Mhm. So that might be part of the reason we have this
Sweet spot.
sweet spot.
Yeah, I'm sort of struggling here a little bit to move.
And all of the coral are definitely oriented out in the same plane as that Dr. Seuss sponge. Down towards, yeah.
We have a nice little 90 there that they're.
Okay, let's see if I can get back looking at something here.
Kim, the earlier question about currents, it's a really complex setup because you can have locally generated internal waves created by the tide, but we can also get them radiating down south from the Hawaiian Ridge and impinging on these seamounts. So it's,
Complex.
Now
yeah,
that's sweet. I gotta like that.
Yeah, that is the thing.
you need a really high resolution model to try to reproduce that.
There's also ripping current right in the middle there.
Of course.
A little better here. Yeah, it's like a prow sticking out there.
Seems to be the high valued
High value
High dollar real estate.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, skyscrapers.
Malibu.
Mm.
Oh, what's up? Scott?
Jess and I were talking earlier. She's like, I wonder if corals have like an HOA or something, like each polyp that has to pay in or something. It's a good question though. Like we were talking about how, you know, they all have to work together in order to get like really good real estate to eat well.
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't pay to just be, well, I guess octocorals make it work, but it generally wouldn't pay to just be a coral on your own.
No.
So we're gonna need a move here.
Do we know if the polyps share nutrients within their
They-
colonies?
They certainly share some kind of resource because they're all building together. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
It's a good analogy for the Corps of Exploration here and our watch team. Got to build together.
Yeah, I feel, I think a little more westish.
Yeah, I
think.
was going to say also more westish. Hold on one second. So I'm looking at this
220,
thing.
225.
Yeah.
What do you
Okay.
think? Does that work? We're a bit
We're all facing the same way like a bunch of
We're a bit
corals.
far away, so we want to be a little closer to her. Yeah.
We're facing towards the nutrient source.
If you want to learn more about our team here on Nautilus, you can go to our website, nautiluslive.org, and click on team. You can see pictures and bios for everyone here.
Yeah, and I have lots of space. Like we can keep stopping moves like this because there's plenty of like vertical exploration to do.
Yeah.
What you can't see on the website there is how the members of the team react to a whale sighting.
Yeah. I do not believe anybody got that on video when I was jumping up and down.
There's an overhang right below you that might
Yeah.
prove fruitful.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Our DVL is off quite a bit from our USBL, or haven't been getting good bottom tracking with it.
I am not
because-
worried about it.
Okay. I was just saying because, so the ship's more like, or sorry, Hercules is more here than it is right there. So just in reference.
What if you put, can
Yeah,
you
you
put
can-
Herc on the Sonodyne?
Yeah, let's show, we'll do
You
that.
can just home it or, yeah, either way. There you go.
I think that's going to be
Yes,
a little better.
that makes
Okay.
me much happier.
Yeah.
Because the
Me too.
Sonodyne is rock solid.
It is. I'm liking this better too. I think
And this is not a great place to be trusting a DVL. Like
No.
we have
No.
0 beams right now.
Why is that?
This is giant cliff.
It's a serious overhang
Yeah.
under you.
Over me?
Under you. I can
Yeah,
see
that's what I
him
thought.
you see him in Argus now.
Yeah. Let's see what we can do. Check it out.
I wish you had a camera that looked up.
You know.
So Steve, the trail of destruction by that sea star is what suggested it was the same one along that coral.
That makes sense.
2 years of destruction,
Like,
an entire centimeter long.
yeah, centimeter long trail.
Oh yeah, there's another prow there.
Mm-hmm.
It's wild. There's a lot of stuff living here.
Mm-hmm.
What's the corkscrew one again? I forget.
Iridogorgia.
Is that golden coral, Iridogorgia, or no?
It's a type of Chrysogorgia. Chrysogorgia. Really big ones are Iridogorgia magnispiralis, but I don't know if that's the case with this one. Might be.
Trying to be cautious about this overhang.
Yeah.
Not as bad as it looked in the beginning, but it's not non-existent.
It's a little more radical if you come back to your right a little.
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe. Well, it goes on to your left too.
Looks like I can look to my left. Ground, maybe on the DVL and Herc.
Yeah, probably. Turn it off. We're not using
Yeah,
it.
totally.
I don't know how that'll affect Kate, but we're gonna turn off the Doppler, Kate.
DVL?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm just gonna do a reset only because it's bothering me on my high pack map that they're so far apart. My DVL, UVS,
Okay, I'm not
USDL.
in any autos, so
Okay.
go for it.
Thanks.
It's offending your sensibilities.
It's just too much for me. We'll wait till it propagates over. Send that information.
Feels like we need another move somewhere too.
Yeah, we've just. Oh. Sorry, my mic wasn't close. We just wrapped up. Should we do the same move again, 225?
Yeah. What do you think, Dan?
Sure.
I'm on board.
Yeah. All right.
Keep following the contour.
Yep. Bridge, nav. Can we move 20 meters bearing 225?
How are we doing with rocks?
Well, I don't know if I think we're biological dense, you know, so and because we're on this cliff face, it's not an ideal place to get to find the.
Another Dr. Seuss above you too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was the DVL.
I don't know what boxes we have available in the starboard.
Sure. For rocks would be C.
We have one. We have C is fully open.
Yep.
And is C one of the small ones or the big ones? I can't remember.
It's one of the small ones.
Okay.
You got let's see, 4 rocks in E and F combined.
Okay. So yeah, we'll if we can get up onto a plateau of some sort or like a ridge, but might have to leave that to the next dive. I don't want to give up this.
Yeah, it seems like you
survey.
sort of gotta pick whether you want like this like cliff face with all the biodiversity or like the flats.
Right, and I think this biodiversity is key. Surveying and cataloging all of this is, especially that we do feel like we found a sweet spot and it might be some important data to help us constrain where the places of the greatest diversity might occur. Definitely this sponge is also oriented that with a current coming straight up at it.
Yeah.
And so are those corals right next to it on the rock, their orientation. So it could be these channelized currents are where things are really good for these organisms.
They're all also very small here, except for the Dr. Seuss sponges. A lot of these things are teeny.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe if you get real big on a steep cliff like this, you're going to fall off eventually, maybe.
Interesting, yeah.
You know if the stock has any flexibility so that if the currents shift, it can kind of...
I don't know that, but I don't know that. I would imagine it would have some flexibility, but it definitely, you know, when you look inside the face, the portion that's facing the current, as we did in the last dive, those really have a preferred orientation.
So there's like sort of an embarrassment of riches here, and I haven't really known what to point at, and I've been sort of stepped back and just getting like big overviews. Do you have like more specific shots that you want?
I think it would be interesting to get some more close-ups of these soft corals that we have a sample of.
Okay.
And then there is another red
one right in front of
something,
you.
yeah, that, so see there's two different reds in my perspective. Does everybody else see that too? One is more of a, I would like to see the difference between those two.
Can you give me a zoom video?
And there's a crinoid right in the middle of that.
Spot, but we'll see if
there's
we
a
can hold
crinoid right there too.
Yeah.
See, it looks morphologically the same, but color different.
Oh, the one on the right has more tentacles.
Yeah, yeah,
Quite
they're
a few
different.
more.
They're different. Yeah.
Hmm.
Nice, Steve.
Look up our soft corals here.
Very interesting.
Is that kind of what you were looking for there?
Yeah, I was trying to see if we had two species occupying the same spot. It
Say
looks
yes.
like we do, yeah. Also have that crinoid right there in the coral, holding on to the coral. And potentially something in that the other coral there. I don't know if that's a brittle star or a shrimp.
There's also like very teeny soft corals right below.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and those look like the other...
The pinker one?
The pinker ones,
yes,
yeah.
I agree.
Okay, go wide video. What else you got in mind here?
Let's see. Underneath the overhang to the right.
Underneath the overhang. Good start. Okay, here we go.
What is that over there to the right? Oh, no, those are just more corals. Okay. See, it would be really interesting to plot the plane of these corals, and then you would find the vector of the current flow.
So,
right?
so
Okay.
are these ones?
I'm going to start moving to the west, to the south now.
Yeah, I think the
another
next.
move.
Yeah, I think the next one should be 240.
240 more westerly.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
The way these are oriented, is that suggesting
Bridge nav.
What's that, Steve?
the way these are oriented, is that suggesting that the current's flowing
The current,
laterally here?
We move
yeah, the current should
20
flow
meters
perpendicular to their plane.
Right.
So if you plotted all of their planes, you should be able to reconstruct the mean current direction. And it looks like that it's basically curving around and coming up. If we were generally thinking about that. So like when we were at the top of this canyon, the planes of the corals and the sponges were facing down into the canyon as if the current was potentially upwelling there.
This sounds like a graduate student.
Torture event.
Yes. Thank you for finishing my sentence.
I agree.
For all those listeners out there.
So this next move is what
240.
240. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
After that, we'll west it up a little more.
Yeah.
Looks like that one might stretch you out too far. Depends if you're low or high. Lower is closer, higher is further
Yeah,
away.
I can definitely go lower. I'll do that.
We want both.
Both. I can only be in one place at once, Dan. No? You don't agree? He doesn't agree.
No, you know, I'm going to be all over the place.
You're a pilot. You're supposed to tear a
Exploration.
hole in the time-space continuum.
Right.
Exploration. There's white bits above you, too.
I just came from those.
No, off to your left more for
Oh,
the next
okay.
move.
Getting quite a few new viewers online. If you're just joining us,
Oh, I
feel
see what
free
you're
to
looking
drop
at
a
now,
question.
Dan.
Yeah, some.
Feel free to
I
drop
don't
a
know what
question
it
in the
is.
chat, which is on our website, nautiluslive.org. We are halfway through a 24-hour dive.
It's an overhang below you, too. So many decisions.
I know. I think I'm gonna have to go there actually if we have a more southerly move on right now.
Yeah, we definitely have some sponges
Yeah, I don't think I'm
above
gonna
you.
reach the white there.
You're a little shallower historically where we've been finding the.
Looks like, is there
at
an
230
eel right
now,
there? No, is that a rock? I think it's just a rock.
Yeah, I think I have to go.
Yeah, you can drop down one.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna drop
10
down.
meters lower is where we were finding a lot of stuff before. 237, 230s.
We're diving at a depth of about 2,200 meters on Ha'ahoe Seamount in Papahānaumokuākea Marine Monument. I think this is our third dive of this expedition. Although it all kind of blends together after a while.
All right. As Emil says, it's Blur's Day.
Blur's Day. Every day is Blur's Day. Except Sunday, when we get ice cream sundaes. So I think that's distinctive enough.
Gabby, your comments on the currents are appreciated by the coral researcher, sure.
Okay.
Hmm.
Cool, great. The current's back. It's the real deal. Let's see.
Would you say that the current is current?
Yeah, yes, it is current. It is totally on trend.
One of my favorite currents or demonstrations of the current was in a canyon, Astoria Canyon, Pacific Northwest. All the sea cucumbers lined up along the axis of the canyon during this.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
It looked like they were sentient.
They were manning the front lines.
Oh, here's that pink or soft coral, I think.
Yeah. Does that one have the same amount of arms?
This one is way more arms.
It looks like it does.
Video, can I get a zoom?
Oh, wow. Yeah, that is.
Okay, that is different, right?
Well, I think it's Anthomastus.
Is it?
That
Looks
is
like a pom-pom.
Is that a tiny sponge
Just
there
loaded.
too?
Yeah, it looks
Yep.
like a tiny sponge. Yep. Yeah, it definitely has a lot of arms.
Sure does.
It's a great shot
Thanks,
there
Steve.
with those two organisms together.
Yeah.
Love some stills of that.
Oh, yeah. Steve, if you want to frame up those two, the precious and the soft coral.
Sure thing.
Can we
Sort
get
of got
lasers
my
off too?
light
Yeah, lasers off.
hit in here.
Thanks, Dan. Beautiful.
I love those little soft corals. They look fluffy.
Okay, go wide.
Do we want to keep moving or hang out?
Let's keep moving. What do you think,
Yeah.
Dan?
Yeah, I think another 240 will do us at this depth.
All right.
Okay.
That should hold us on
Bridge nav.
the current distance off the cliff, in theory.
Can we move 20 meters bearing 240, please? Thank you, Alex.
So we're getting a question related to what we've been talking about regarding the footage that we're getting. What happens to this footage? Do researchers and graduate students go frame by frame and analyze this? And there's also a question about machine learning or AI being used to maybe do some identification or some density analyses.
So have you ever listened to Steve talk about how he got his PhD?
I haven't.
You know, for watching video.
Okay.
There is a bit
Hundreds
of
and hundreds and
of AI.
Yeah.
Like Mbari has been working on that for a long time, doing AI IDs, going through a giant library of footage.
And Mbari is the Monterey group. Yeah, so if there are students, and that is their entire job, is to sit and look at video and catalog all the organisms. They get their PhD doing that work, and that's a big part of the reason why we're here, to create this video so all these organisms can be cataloged.
some white speckly line there just above you.
And we now have
White
sponges.
speckly line.
the fall dives
Oh,
are
I see what you're looking at.
Maybe sponges, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe something. Certainly living things at the top of this rock.
To add on to what we were talking about with AI is we certainly need people to look and ID all those corals, because that's how you're going to train any classification algorithm. So they work in tandem.
Yep. It's only as smart as we make it.
Yes.
Hopefully.
But the full dives are also saved and available on YouTube now. If you
No
want to go back.
kidding.
Oh yeah.
And every word we say.
Uh-huh.
Thanks for your great question. Keep those questions coming at nautiluslive.org, where you can also learn more about our team and our expedition. The expedition that we are on right now has been granted a name in the Olelo, Hawaii, which is the language of Hawaii here. And that expedition name is Lu'u'aea Ahiki Ika Papaku, which translates to dive and come up until you reach the ocean floor. And that is certainly a very apt description of what we're doing.
The ocean floor where the corals grow.
That's right. We're also getting a comment from a viewer that said that some of these videos are also used as citizen science projects where anyone can go and catalog and tag video. It's certainly something that I've participated in the penguin project, where you can go online and
That's so cool.
tag penguins and their eggs and count them. And when we get these large data sets, that is what can be used to train these AIs. So thank you if you are a citizen scientist out there. There are many ways to participate in this, from just watching at home to participating on our website, learning more there, or getting involved yourself, studying one of these fields, or becoming an ROV pilot or a videographer, and joining us in this work.
Remember when we saw our first coral like 2 days ago and we were so excited? We're so young and naive.
Speak for yourself. I'm still very excited.
That never ever gets old.
It's just there are so many. I was like, oh, wow, a coral. Now it's like, oh, wow, so many corals. There's a little white sponge up there.
Are you guys okay with me keeping this move going? Another 240, 20 meters?
I feel like it might
Getting a
get
little
close if we...
Why don't you pump up to the top again and see how
Okay.
see what happens up there.
Sure. Stand by,
It's
Nav.
boring down here. Either that or drop down one, but that'll
No,
bring
I'll
us
come up.
too
Let's see
close.
what it is. There might be a little overhang up here. I can't tell how much.
I'm still over 20 meters away from the...
Okay.
A little sponge there.
Yeah.
I'm always kind of astonished when you like encounter something like that lip with all the sponges on it that we haven't seen yet or since. Like there's just this one little spot. It was just perfect little sponge haven.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what is it about that place they like so much?
We can't even see it.
Yeah.
They just know. Okay, I see some sponges up ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe can't reach them though.
I think
Okay, I mean we could
20
keep
meters
going
above you.
240 and that would bring us up, but
yeah, maybe 210.
See what the top looks like. It's a razor there, and just haven't got a bearing on it yet.
Okay.
Yeah, we have some corals by that sponge too.
I get a
There
faint,
they are.
Right in
faint
front
line
of
in
us.
Argus, and it's it would be a
Yeah.
225 move
Yep.
at the top, but
90
on the
degrees.
bottom it comes in a bit more. So
We have about 1 hour. We have about 1 hour left on this watch, but don't worry, we will be handing over to colleagues on the next watch who will continue to explore this seamount, this underwater extinct volcano.
it's a nice feature there. Looks like plenty of biology there to your left.
Yeah, so I mean we can definitely still do the 240
That's
if we want to stay at this
I
altitude
think
depth.
that's a 225 move.
Yeah.
Oh right, 225. Okay.
Bridge, Nev.
But it's more sloping below us, right? So if you want to go down, we'll
Can
have to,
we
maybe
please
might have to
move
move away.
20
Okay.
meters bearing 225. Thank you, Alex.
It's definitely coming up though, the ridge. Come up. What are the contour lines, Kate?
They are 10 meters apart.
Oh yeah.
I think we have a Dr. Seuss to the left here.
Looks like it's fairly, like this feature goes for a while.
Oh yeah.
10 or
No
20
kidding.
meters at least.
Oh, that's a pretty sponge. I would say that is white. What do you guys think?
I
Yeah.
would say
Yeah.
so.
Okay.
Looks like a lotus root.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the surface of the rock there, right in the center of the frame. It looks like,
Oh, the like stippled
yeah,
pointillist.
get so caught up looking at the biology that
Mm-hmm.
Zoom video.
And those are I think the flattened chrysogorgids that we've seen so much of to the left there. Those white ones were recently reclassified into a new genus.
Oh.
Ramulogorgia militaris.
Okay, go wide.
Wow.
Thanks for joining us on line. We're picking up more viewers as the morning approaches in the U.S. We are here seeing awesome sponges and corals and occasional fish. Working our way along this seamount ridge.
Approximately how long has our transect been in this sweet spot? I mean, how much area have we covered?
Give me 1 second.
We could be really impressed with ourselves when we walk out the door if we had.
I feel like we haven't gone very far.
No, we haven't. Ship links.
Which kind of makes it more amazing, though, for everything we've seen in such a small area.
Yeah,
That's
totally.
true. Ooh, look at that sponge.
Ooh, nice one.
This is a very nice one.
It's pointing up.
Oh, hold on.
All right, does anybody want to take a guess? Those who didn't see me just make that measurement.
300 meters.
10 ship links.
I'll go 200 meters.
I'm going with 100.
All right, we got one for 100, 300 meters, 200 meters. Anybody in the listener audience land?
Anybody in listener audience land have a guess? Let's see. We have from 100 to 300, you say?
Mm-hmm. Those are the ranges that have been put out so far.
Yeah, I would have to fall in there. I don't have anything different from 100 to 300, I think.
Is this the Price is Right model where it's the closest without going over? Because I bid $1. I bid $1, Bob.
The ship's not to scale on HiPAC, is it?
I believe it is 1-to-1, but I'm iffy about that ship scale.
Yeah, it's been a
Okay, and the magic
discussion
answer
forever.
is?
315.
Oh, we did well.
What do I win, Bob?
A new refrigerator.
1 extra t-shirt. 2 is not enough.
Another shift in 8 hours.
Yes.
Yay.
Okay, let's have a video, Zoom video.
Are we going to be on? Are we going to be trans?
I don't think we know yet. Nice one.
Yeah.
Got a nice handhold on the brow there. Cool.
Clever girl.
So we have 4 shifts. We call them watches here on Nautilus. We are the 12 to 4 watch, aka the tectonic talkers.
Yes.
Shifting scientific ideas the world over. And then we will be relieved by the 4 to 8. And then in turn, they'll be relieved by the 8 to 12. And then it's our turn again. So we run 2 4-hour watches a day.
Yeah. Our bearing was 225.
225, yeah.
Bridge, nav. Can we please make a move bearing 225, 20 meters?
Yeah, that 225 was glorious.
Thank you.
Completely perfect.
Kate was cheating and using her range and bearing tool.
Oh, is that cheating now?
I think that's kind of her
Well, for us
job.
it
I
is.
mean, I am new here, but...
You're supposed to use the witchcraft with the hand waving.
You got it. I'll work on that.
Yeah.
I think he does that for after he does the...
So interesting. It seems like we have less less colonization and biodiversity on these undulating rocks, and then when we get back to the flat rocks, we get a higher diversity again. Does anybody else see that?
Yeah, that is a astute observation.
So I wonder what that's all about.
I wonder if it's the type of rock surface, like in roughness or something that enables the corals to be able to establish their base.
Yes, that's
sponges.
exactly what I was wondering. Yep.
Seems
See, like this flat one, look at how much the population is so much denser than that undulating part we just went through.
So when they spawn, they spew a bunch of stuff in the water, don't they?
What is
So
that?
seems like they would be more likely to land on the not flat surface than the curvy stuff.
Yeah, the overhanging stuff.
Yeah.
Seems bizarre.
Surface area.
Is that an anemone or a giant star?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
It's like one of the larger ones we've seen.
Looks like he's doing yoga.
It looks like he's doing well. He is not he's not hurting for something to eat there. How big
And it looks like we have a lot of those little corals that we identified as being, now what was it, the ones that make the little chains?
Octocoral.
Octocorals. So looks like there's a lot of octocorals here.
Stoloniferous.
This is a nice spot.
That is
the
beautiful.
end of that feature too. It gets broken up for a while. There's kind of a something there.
I wonder what's under that starfish. What it's eating.
Steve, you're coming in real quiet.
Yeah, beautiful.
What's around the other side, Gabby?
That's an amazing question. I'm so glad you asked.
Said like a true explorer. This is great, but what's around the other side?
An overhang there.
Ooh, yeah.
I think it's amazing everything that we have seen in just over 300 meters on this dive, especially considering only 20% of the world's oceans are mapped, let alone explored with ROVs like Herc or other submersibles. We just know a tiny, tiny fraction about what's down here.
Look at this incredibly cute little sponge.
Yeah, there's a little mushroom there.
Look at him.
So cute.
He's so cute.
And I'm wondering if all of this is those corals. All these little lines, if they are those corals or something else on the rocks, the little yellow.
The octocorals?
Yeah, do you think those are octocorals?
Do you want to zoom in?
Gotta zoom in.
Can I look at what this thing is right here? Oh, that's just a brittle star on another thing. Okay.
Old news.
Old news. Okay.
Looks like a windmill.
Octocorals. Roger.
Yeah, if those are all octocorals there, then we've definitely seen this is like the densest population of the octocorals we've seen, if that is indeed what they are.
Okay. This rock here, right sort of to the left, seems to be the place.
So do you guys think those are octocorals, all that covering that, or no? What are your guys' hypotheses?
I think yes.
They don't look so stringy to me, so I'm going to say no.
Okay. We got one yes, we got one no.
Oh, look, there's that shiny rock again.
I know that Steve can see better than I can by a long shot, so I'm going to go with Steve.
Okay.
I'm going to say possibly, but
oh,
Steve,
no.
Can you give me a zoom?
Yep.
Hedging your bets.
There's that polished
yeah, polished rock.
look to that rock.
Barnacles.
Are those barnacles?
I can't tell.
They don't look like the octocoral.
They don't look like the octocorals. They are something else.
Looks like lichen.
Yeah, they do look like a lichen.
Okay.
I don't think they're alive.
Go wide.
Interesting.
Should we keep making that same move?
It's hard to say. It starts to break up here.
Or
There's a bit of a
let's zoom out.
white line along to the left there, that little break in the feature, but
Oh, I see what you're looking at there, Dan.
I think we've reached the end of that particular feature, and it seems to be broken up.
I think so as well, and that corresponds to what we're seeing on the bathymetry data.
Oh, yeah. I
Right.
see what you're talking about. It's time to head up.
Maybe there's a bit of a micro feature there.
Now I think
I'm not
these
seeing the big
octocorals?
straight lines in the sonar anymore.
No. Steve, what were you going to say?
I was wondering if these were octocorals here. They look a little more stringed together to me in section,
Yeah.
some parts.
Okay.
They do.
All right, you want to zoom in?
Yeah, give me that zoom.
So
Go for zoom
I
video.
don't think we're going to see them straight ahead, but
Oh, not
I
here.
think,
Okay,
maybe not.
go wide. Tell me when you want to look.
Okay.
You know, we might be seeing dead.
There,
The
yeah.
lighter.
Yeah,
the
right there maybe, but
Okay.
I could be wrong. See the ridges?
We need to zoom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me just get in there real quick.
Wow.
Yeah, we're seeing more
Okay,
of
go
the
for zoom.
bright yellow black corals here too.
Nope.
I don't know.
Seems like the same thing.
They're just
Let's see.
Or they could be
dead
that they
ones?
were corals and they're not alive anymore. No? Because there's definitely something there, a remnant of something. Either it's a barnacle.
Yeah, I'm just sort of rotating around a little bit here. See if we can find some clues. Okay, go ahead.
Come on.
What's the bearing to end there, the end waypoint, Kate?
Give me one sec.
From Herc?
Yeah. From Herc?
Yeah. Or Argus, either one.
320. They're in the same orientation right now.
320.
No, sorry, 220. Wow.
220.
There is no
Tired
such
eyes. No
Wow.
such bearing.
Yeah, maybe barnacle bases.
Oh, you
Got
think so?
agreement from
Oh, what's
shore.
that guy?
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah,
coat-
that looks
coated
like
with
a
them.
dead,
Yeah, it's coated with them. It's interesting to wonder what
dead
that is all
sponge
about.
maybe.
And what's all that? It's just sediment down below.
So if you're watching the quad view, channel 3, you can see we are discussing the map. This very detailed mapping that was taken before we arrived. Trying to decide on our next move.
The mapping's actually done from the NOAA ship Okeanos.
Nice.
Yeah, I guess we did a little bit of gap filling.
Yes, we did.
I'm going to sit here for just a second and
It's looking like 220, Gabby.
I just need to take my headphones off.
Well, that feature we've been following is kind of peters out, and
Yeah.
It jives, as Kate was saying, with the bathymetry there. So if we go 220's upslope towards the end of the dive, yeah. So I don't know what you guys want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so you want to run out 220 and get lined up, and then we'll go.
Yeah, we want to keep.
You guys happy with that in the back row?
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm back.
So southwest towards the end point.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll explore more depth ranges here.
Should we bump up our move from 20 meters to 50 meters? I think
Sure.
we're okay.
Yeah, we can do.
All right, I'll wait till you get in position.
I'm just gonna, it gets a little flatter up
What do you
here and I'll just
Yeah.
be up here on the flat spot.
Well, I think we definitely confirmed that the western side has high density.
And diversity.
Yes.
And currents.
Mm-hmm.
Got some currents out there.
Okay. There's our 220 head, and I'm sort of out in front.
It's our barnacle boulder.
All right.
So let's do the thing.
Bridge, nav.
Why did the barnacles like this spot so
That
much?
was,
Oh.
yes, $1 million question.
You're not quite out in front there, but close enough.
Can we move 50 meters bearing 220, please?
Yeah, I suppose I can get.
Yeah, Argus is now.
That's it. Thank you very
220.
much.
Okay.
Which is, yeah, it's going. I don't know what's
I'll
out there.
get in there.
Nothing to see out there. It might drop down. So I think where you're going is probably.
Yeah, where I'm going is a little bit deeper, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Oof.
Want me to
Only a
come
little-
around to 220?
Yes, please.
220 coming up. Argus is 220.
Roger. This is a strange site, just like a flat, open bit with no life on it.
Right.
I haven't
And
seen this in a while.
Should we be looking for rocks here?
Ooh, I missed it when you say that. There's a rock to look at.
Look at this rock.
Yeah, as soon as we get to a big boulder, though, they occupy
Yeah.
Totally.
something that, jets out.
An
Yeah, something
oasis.
up in the current.
Yeah, exactly. They just take advantage. This is a wonderful little picture here.
Would be a good photogrammetry rock.
Just beautiful.
Is that a crinoid on top of a coral up front, or that? What is that yellow?
The yellow.
yeah.
I wonder if that's a whole other coral. It's just layers and layers of them here.
Uh-huh.
Tug, tug.
Love it. So we're generally moving upslope, just like in terrestrial mountains, where the types of organisms that you see varies with traveling upslope, and eventually you get above the tree line on a terrestrial mountain. These undersea mountains, one of the things we're trying to study on this expedition is how the types and density of these biological communities change with depth.
Oh yeah, that's got to be a crinoid there.
Yeah, looks like it, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
For most of this dive, we've been around 2,200 meters.